Good morning. Happy Halloween. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons. Well, usually. Taken from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message, Happy Halloween, hashtag Fun Friday. Going to talk about those star-crossed lovers in movies and whatnot who just seem to make it work. But before I get into that, couple of things. First of all, about today's Red Mic message. It is just hashtag Fun Friday. It is a little cynical. And no, this is not real life. I am happily married, coming up on my 30th wedding anniversary. So don't read anything into today's Fun Friday. No personal messages, just a goof, okay? That's the way Fun Friday is. Second thing, I saw a post. One of my college haunts was celebrating one of their waitresses who's been there for 20 years. And it hit me, well, I don't know her. Oh, it's because 20 years ago you weren't in college, doof. 20 years ago you'd been married for a decade. So, yeah, oh, boom, age spots just bursting out on my hands. Anyway, today's Red Mic message, hashtag Fun Friday. You ever notice how a lot of these movie couples, I mean, let's be honest, well, 70s and 80s, honestly, you know that they didn't make it long past those ending credits. I mean, let's be honest. Sandy and Danny flying off into the sunset, not just riding off into the sunset. But, once they land and, she takes off the extra makeup and puts on clothes that she's a little bit more comfortable about wearing, and she's still a good girl. He's still the greaser. I'm thinking Summer Lovin' is the best that it ended up. I can't imagine that her straight-laced Australian parents got really excited the first time they met old Danny, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Baby and Johnny, come on. Yes, Dr. Houseman at the end was like, when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, and you look beautiful out there. But, I'm sorry, he's a grown man and she's not an adult. I mean, yeah, I know it was the 60s and age differences and all. I'm sorry, she's still got another year of high school there, Johnny. She's back to college prep and you're on to your next gig. And in order to make ends meet, you're going to let the soon to be divorcee put money in your pocket again. Let's face it, it's not going to be a long-term happy ending. I know a lot of you love that movie, but come on. Samantha and Jake, he's going off to college. She's got more high school left. Passion doesn't always equal. Yes, they kissed over the candle, over the cake. Okay, how did those flames not burn them? Edward and Vivian, Pretty Woman. Here's another one. There's going to be more Stuckies out there pointing out her previous job. Wait till the media gets a hold of it. And, and this was the 90s, this was even before TMZ, but somebody's going to figure that out. Or if nothing else, Stucky's going to tell people just to get back at Edward for not being a son of a. Anyway, Lloyd and say anything. At some point, yeah, they might even last, through her fellowship and through college and everything else, but she was going to end up selling, buying, and processing stuff as a career. And he was not going to handle that very well. Or vice versa. She was going to look around and say, hey, get off the couch and do more than kickboxing. Just saying. Ren and Ariel in Footloose, sooner or later, the dance is over and she's the daughter of a preacher and he's the guy who thumbed his nose at all of that, even though, yeah, it looked like the preacher was going to come around at the end. But I see a lot of family counseling in their future if they stay together. Andy and Blaine in Pretty in Pink. Yes, it was the prom kiss heard around the world. Call me crazy, I think she would have done better with Ducky. Now, that's not to say that all movie relationships are bad, but I'm having a hard time thinking of any of them other than, Princess Buttercup and Wesley. Maybe, no, I'm just not getting there. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, and, a lot of these happily ever after things, they're just happily for now. The music, the lighting, the rush of it, but lasting partnerships are not built on the flash. They're built on the things that matter. And that's why my wife and I are coming up on 30 years. Shared purpose, respect, and reality. And if you want to say that old Ed and Vivian had that, then okay. And if you want to argue with me in the comments, feel free. But If you're in a highlight reel moment right now, enjoy it, but the credits always roll and it's got to be built on more than just the feeling good in the moment. So what happens after is what really counts. I love you guys. Hey, if you're out and about tonight, remember there are going to be kids. Some are going to lose their minds and run out into traffic. So drive safely. And if you're staying home, hand out the candy, be a nice guy, give candy to anybody who asks. Who cares? It's just candy. It's temporary. I'll see you again Monday. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. Until next time, life is short. Drink the bourbon. Happy Halloween.